Happy Halloween! And also, Happy Dia de los Muertos! To celebrate both of those things, I'm going to talk about movie deaths. And some of these have been very interesting, some of them have been forgettable, some of them have kind of tugged at people's heartstrings. And so I wanted to talk about some of the ones that affected me the most. So with that being said, this is going to be my top 10 movie deaths. For this list, it's going to be one per franchise, and this will be a ranking not just on how good the death is, but also on how impactful it is, how it hits me personally, and overall death, how it registers as far as the series it's a part of. So that being said, here we go. Number 10 is Apollo Creed from Rocky IV. Now some of you might be thinking, wait a minute, this isn't a scary movie. I thought you were going to do scary movies and scary movie deaths. Did I say that? Nope. This is about movie deaths in general. And this one is pretty interesting. I mean, it's even now being brought more to the forefront because of Creed and Creed 2 coming out next month, which I want to watch when it comes out here. And it's an interesting death because Apollo basically dies the way he would have wanted, in a way, because he even says early in the movie, without something to fight, the warrior might as well be dead. And he has this inkling that he has to fight, his desire, this drive. He's got to fight, he's not happy outside of the ring. And so he gets into this kind of foolish match with Ivan Drago, and was graded in between round 1 and 2, he tells Rocky, don't stop the match, no matter what. And it was great. You see him getting just the crap beaten out of him, and Rocky is like, I gotta throw the towel. And even Duke is like, throw the towel, throw it, damn it. And he just does it. And when he falls, and the way it's done with him falling and the towel falling at the same time, Rocky's like, oh crap, I'm too late. I couldn't save him. And then the added thing was the shivers. Like that, the shivering that he does was just the icing on the cake. Is like, damn, what an effective death. And Drago with that infamous, if he dies, he dies. So yeah, it's such an interesting death I had to put on this list. Number 9 is Hanzo from Predators. There are a lot of good deaths in Predators movies. From Dylan's, again, Carl almost made this list. His death in the first one, to Keys' death in part 2, to some of the more interesting deaths in this last one. I don't want to get into it, but for me, the best one is in the third movie, Predators. It's basically the first reboot they try to do with this series. And what I really like about it is that it's Billy's death from the original done better, in my opinion, because you're able to actually see the fight. And what's great is he does that real, like, warrior's way of telling everybody to leave, and he just takes off his coat, shows that big tattoo on his back, pulls out the katana, and just stands there, just waiting. And what was really cool to me about it is that the Predator could have just stabbed him or shot him without any sort of trouble, but instead, because they are an honorable species, he uncloaks himself, does a warrior stance with his arms out, and then pulls out his own blade. It's like, alright, this is how you want to go? Let's fight. Let's do this. And the way that he fights is pretty cool because he's constantly switching how he's fighting, his stances, the way that he's trying to find an opening to the Predator's defense, and the ending slash. It's a real like samurai movie or samurai anime kind of a deal where it's just, whoo, it's the same time they both strike at each other, and then plop, both of them down. It's like, oh, so good. And it's in the high grass too. If you're a fan of like the sort of samurai anime or samurai movies, I'm sure you probably would like this death because it's a good one. Number 8 is Indachaka from Black Panther. Now, there have been a lot of deaths in the MCU. I put that in quotes because a lot of them have come back or they just don't mean anything. But this one was my favorite. And for a while it was actually Yondu's from Guardians Part 2. But I think this one edges it out because of T'Chaka's just desires and also his commitment to like what when T'Challa says we can save you, he goes, why? So you could throw me in a jail cell? So you could put me in bondage? And he said, no, just bury me at sea with my ancestors. So they knew death was preferable to bondage. And he pulls that freaking spear out of his chest and like, I'm going to die rather than let you take me in. It's such a good scene, especially with him saying, my dad always said, the sunsets here are the most beautiful in the world. And as they're watching the sunset, boom, he pulls that spear off. So the last thing he sees was the most beautiful thing in the world. There's a real poetry to it if you think about it. And his real conviction of, I'd rather die than let you take me in, was kind of fascinating to me. So yeah, I like it. Number 7 is Kane from the original Alien movie. This one is an iconic death. It's the original chest buster. And so we all know the scene. And he's basically impregnated by an alien. And then at dinner, first of all, I can't get over this. Like, why would a doctor just like, okay, alright, you're up and about, no problem, and then I guess, wait, shouldn't you have at least checked him or x-rayed him or something? But you know what? I only think about that while afterwards. I don't think about it while I'm watching the movie. But all of a sudden, he just shakes and then he falls under the table, and then that whole scene where he gets the chest burster come out, it's graphic and it's brutal. And man, it's effective. And what's interesting is that when you find out that the other actors didn't know this was going to happen, you're seeing their genuine reactions to them seeing this thing show up and pop out of somebody's chest. It's insane. It's pretty damn cool. And I was like, wow, I did not expect that to happen. So yeah, it's a brutal death, and man, is it good. And it's the death that kicks off the franchise, basically. So, like I said, it's iconic, and it's a really well done death. So yeah, number 6 is Casey from Scream. Now, why is this above the alien death? Well, first of all, it's my list. Put it wherever I want. And second, this death is my generation's psycho death. So, for those of you who know Psycho, for the first third of the movie, you're following the one woman, and then she gets killed, and then now you're following this other person. I was like, wait, I thought we were following this person the entire time. It was a real twist. With this one, especially with Drew Barrymore being the biggest name in this movie, and she was doing a lot of the publicity, a lot of the press junkets and stuff like that. She's on the poster. A lot of that stuff was centered around her being basically shown as the main character. And for her to die within 10 minutes into the movie is shocking, especially when you first watch it, because you don't know who this Courtney Cox person is. You don't know David Arquette. You probably don't know Neve Campbell unless you saw like The Craft or the episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark that she was in. But Drew Barrymore was the biggest star, and to see her get taken out within 10 minutes of the movie, not only was shocking, it made you think like, oh crap, who's going to survive? And not to mention, her death is a slow build-up, be slowly stalked with a person on the phone, and her boyfriend's tied up, she's going to answer movie trivia, and it's a really well done scene, this real cat and mouse thing that they have going on, until boom, finally she gets it in the chest, and then her mom hearing her dying breaths on the phone it's It's brutal in a different way, but man, is it effective. It's really effective. And I had to put it on this list. And that's where we're going to stop for now. That was part 1 of my top 10 movie deaths. Stay tuned for part 2, which hopefully I'll have out tomorrow. Until then, what's the most shocking death you've seen in a movie? A death that made you think, oh crap, and it just made you jump out of your seat. Mine is coming up. And I'm going to talk about it when I get to it. But until then, take care. Bye.